Good morning, students. Hope you are doing good in your examination. So the purpose for making this video is to give a valuable information and suggestions and instructions to the students for preparation of income tax subject. Okay. So coming to the point. So these are the general instructions to all the students. The first one is forget about earlier exams. Just relax sometime, then start the preparation. Okay. And next one is don't use cell phones. My dear students, consume your valuable time. Third one is use the available time perfectly and efficiently. So general instructions to be followed by each and every student mandatorily. Okay. The next one is most important area is priority to prepare. How to start? So most important area is the first one is prepare amendments related problems. My dear students, don't neglect this time. Amendments are very important in examination point of view. I'll give you some amendments in MSMED Act related amendment in section 43B and exemption under section 1010D. It's the most valuable amendment, and rent-free accommodation in salaries chapter, and 54 and 54F exemptions in capital gain chapter, and 50AA in PGBP chapter. And the next one is 206C1G in TCS area. All these amendments are very important in examination point of view. Don't neglect. So next one is prepare all the problems in latest RTPs and NTPs mandatorily. Small chapters. My dear students, don't forget. So there are some small chapters in income tax which are very important, which are playing very important role in each and every examination. At least 20 to 25 marks from those chapters in each and every attempt. Don't neglect and don't forget that. So these are the small chapters. Residential status, TDS and TCS. Of course, TDS and TCS is a big chapter, but there is a mandatory question from that chapter. So don't avoid. And set off and carry forward, clubbing, return of income, and exemptions. These are the chapters which are very important in examination point of view and very easy to preparation also, except TDS and TCS. TDS, TCS is something difficult when compared to others, but these are all the chapters which are having high priority in examination point of view. Don't neglect these chapters. Prepare at least 4 to 5 problems in each chapter mandatorily. Okay. So next one is total income. The most important in your examination, the first problem itself from total income chapter. So total income is compulsory problem. You have no for this problem. For that compulsory, you need to prepare total income chapter mandatorily. So my dear students, total income, there are a lot of problems in CRDs and assignments. Select any 10 to 15 problems which are very difficult and which will cover all the amendment areas, and also all the different adjustments are there. So pick any 10 to 15 problems and prepare those problems perfectly without having any doubts. Okay, which may helpful to you in examination point of view. So total income, it's the most important chapter. The first problem itself from total income chapter, around 14 marks to 15 marks. Okay, then next one is heads. Out of 5 heads, first priority given to salaries head, house property and other sources, then capital gain and PGBP. Because house property and other sources are small chapter, students, it is too easy to prepare those 2 heads. So as per my opinion, it is better to prepare at first house property and other sources. After completion of house property and other sources, then go to salaries head. Salary head, this time salaries head is very important because there is a valuable amendment in that chapter, that is rent-free accommodation. For that, salaries chapter is very important in this examination. So don't neglect salaries head. So house property and other sources are very easy heads to prepare. So that it is better to prepare first house property and other sources, then salaries head. Then if you have a sufficient time, then prepare at least some problems in capital gain chapter and some problems in PGBP chapter. Don't skip any chapter. Don't take choice of any chapter. Compulsory, you need to attempt each and every chapter at least 1 or 2 times. Okay, capital gains and PGBP. It's the last priority because these are the biggest heads of incomes. It may consume your time a lot. Therefore, it is better to prepare A category problems and B category problems in these two chapters only. Okay, house property and other sources are having less number of problems. You can prepare all the problems so perfectly because the two heads, house property and other sources, are very easy when compared to other heads. Then need to prepare salary heads. Salary is said compulsory because it's having an valuable amendment this time. At least 5 to 7 problems from each head of income. Select comprehensive and difficult problems. And AB categories, it's better to prefer AB category problems provided to you by the masterminds. Okay, so next one is the most important instruction is don't solve the problems in written due to time constraints because it may consume your valuable time. So that it is better to verify the answer. Okay, so that you can prepare more number of problems. So that is one of the important instruction. At this time, you don't try to solve the problem in written. Mainly in total income chapter because total income is a lengthy problems. It may consume a lot of time to prepare at least one problem. Better to verify the answers. Okay. And the next one is must prepare at least one problem relating to the following concepts. My dear students, don't forget this point. Here there are 3 sections: 10AA, composite activity, AMT. You must prepare at least one problem in all these 3 areas. Examination point of view. So these are very important activities. Composite activity is nothing but tea, coffee, rubber, the miscellaneous topics chapter. 10AA is the special economic zone. It's the most important. So AMT concept. All 3 areas are very important in examination point of view. Don't forget, prepare at least one problem in all these 3 areas. Okay, so next one is don't prepare theory part at this time. Most important point, my dear students, in examination point of view, there is no importance for theory part. Only one theory question in your examination paper, that too for 4 marks. That too maximum cases, in majority cases, the theory question taking from return of income chapter. That's the most important information to you. Don't prepare theory part separately. So if you want, prepare only one chapter, that is return of income chapter, which is very helpful to you for theory part. In majority cases, since 10 attempts, almost the theory question has been given from return of income chapter. Okay, for that you need to prepare return of income chapter itself for theory purpose. And the next one is you must prepare MCQs mainly in scenario based questions. Examiner always try to provide a scenario based MCQs. So you must prepare at least some scenario based questions at least in each and every chapter mandatorily. Mainly in scenario based questions, there are 2 or 3 different chapters involved in one question. If you want to answer the scenario based question perfectly, so you must have a knowledge about more than one chapters. Compulsory. In that way, your preparation must be. Okay, most important scenario based MCQs. Don't forget. And the next one is, and one of the important instruction to the students, mostly MCQs, don't write to MCQs at first and at last also. It is better to write MCQs at middle of the time. Okay, so most important instruction to you need to be followed. Don't try to write the MCQs at beginning and at last. Better to write it in middle of the time. Okay, so these are the valuable instructions I want to provide to you. So dear students, lastly, in my opinion, This time compulsory question from rent-free accommodation area and 1010D exemption related problem, as well as problem relating to MSMED Act section 43B. So this is my opinion. So students, is it right or wrong? Please comment in comment box. So comment your opinion whether it is right or wrong. So if you like this video really, please share and subscribe our channel. All the best. Thank you.
Okay, my dear students, now we are going to discuss about day before exam strategy in relation to our GST in CA Inter. So, by watching this particular video, definitely you will know what are the important areas you need to keep focus. So, without any delay in this particular video, without wasting your time, straight away I am proceeding to the topics now. So, first initially the chapters you need to keep more focus will be ITC, exemptions, RCM. Okay, these questions, ITC, exemptions, RCM, value of supply. These are the four areas that are most important for the compulsory question. Generally, compulsory question will be a mixture of any of these chapters. So, keep focus on ITC, exemptions, RCM and value of supply. They are the most important chapters. And other than these chapters, the next priority goes to composition scheme, registration, tax invoice, supply. These are the another important areas you need to keep focus. Generally from these particular areas, whether it may be composition scheme, registration, tax invoice, debit notes and credit notes, supply. In these chapters, what is the position? Definitely, you will get one theory question and one, either it may be analytical question or theory question from these areas. And apart from that, recently returns are there. On chapter number 1, definitely you can ignore it. Apart from that, the newly added chapters like POS, TDS and DCS and accounts and records, these are the chapters that are newly added, and definitely from this you can expect a minimum of one question in these areas. Place of supply, TDS and DCS, accounts and records. These are the newly added chapters in our new scheme. Definitely you will get a minimum of one question. That means the marks definitely we can say is minimum 4 to 8 marks can be asked from these areas. So these are the areas you need to keep more focus. And already you know that last question in our GST will be a theory question. The most important chapters for theory will be, for this attempt, accounts and records, tax invoice, debit note and credit note, and whereas another point is here, tax invoice. These are the most important areas with respect to our theory part. So, what are the areas you need to keep focus? One is ITC, exemptions, RCM and value of supply. In this, the question number 5 will be there now, which is a compulsory question, will be a mixture of these chapters. And 6A, in maximum attempts, that means the next question to compulsory question, the first part is the tricky one. So that tricky one can be asked either from value of supply, or nowadays the place of supply was added now. There is a possibility that a place of supply can also be asked in 6A. So generally the sixth question, dear students, it must be a tricky question in majority circumstances. So please keep focus on 6A. Okay. So that's why I am advising the students to refer the chapters. Okay. Which are more important from the theory point of view, if at all the question was much more tricky than you expected. So in those cases, you need to keep focus on accounts and records, tax invoice, TDS and TCS. These are the most important areas you need to keep focus from the theory point of view. And along with that, another important thing is amendments. Please keep focus on the amendments also, because in the previous attempts, if you observe on amendments, a minimum of 5 to 10 marks was asked. So there is always a possibility that a minimum of 5 marks can be asked from amendments also. Therefore, please keep focus on amendments and newly added chapters and later on ITC exemptions or CM value of supply. These are the most important areas we should keep focus on day before exam. So that's it for this session. Hope this particular video will be useful to you and stay tuned to most important things for Mastermind CA YouTube channel.